This video is brought to you by Arma, who provides top quality supplements to athletes of all kinds. Riders like Nick Way, Chad Reed, Jeremy McGrath use them for pre, during, and post-activity applications. Be sure to head to armasport.com and use the code RACERX. That's RACERX, no spaces, for 20% off your first order.
Man, what a day. Welcome to Paris Raceway, guys. I am Kris Keefer, and this is RacerXOnline.com, and I just got off of the 2020 factory Monster Energy Yamaha YZ450F. Fun bike, but I'm gonna break it down for you guys a little bit here right now. What we did today is I brought my stock Yamaha, rode it here at Paris Raceway, hopped on what they call Ryan Villopoto spec, because Ryan was testing Barcia and Tickle stuff before the season started. So where Ryan kind of guided Barcia and Tickle is where I started today. And for you guys out there wanting to know the difference between a factory bike and a stock bike, there's not a lot of differences in the chassis on this factory Monster Energy Yamaha. The most of the changes are within the top end, the transmission, how it revs out with the ECU, special muffler. All of those things go hand in hand. It's not one large thing that goes, man, this thing's amazing. It's an accumulation of all different types of small changes that the factory Yamaha guys did. So for me, when I hop back and forth, I will tell you guys straight up, when I went out on the track, initially I was like, oh, it's a little better. It wasn't really eye-opening. I wasn't like, wow, this thing is amazing. However, as I went out during the day and started pushing myself and started riding faster, this bike holds up and is more planted than I ever thought I could get a bike, at least a 450, right? So I know some of the pre-notion out there is there was some complaints with Barcia during the year with his bike. He would win at Loretta's and soft tracks, and then maybe wasn't so good in hard pack tracks. I can tell you guys today, obviously I'm not Barcia fast, but I can ride a dirt bike semi-well. Paris Raceway is not soft. It's clay-based, hard pack, and there was a ton of traction for me. Easy to ride. I have some work done to my bike here, but I'm telling you guys, and I thought my bike was good. Once I got on the factory Yamaha, the way it builds its RPMs is so much more calculated than my bike. My stock YZ450, quick to the touch, spools up maybe just a little bit too quick, so actually maybe too fast coming out of area 3 of the corner. With this factory Yamaha, man, you come out of a corner and it sticks and it drives forward. So it doesn't wear me out. It's very stable. But for me, the biggest change and the most noticeable change for me on the track would have to be the way the engine character is. There's internal changes to the transmission, which they didn't tell me all about, but second gear was very usable on the factory Yamaha. Long, linear, easier to use. It's not so herky-jerky, but when I shift to third, there wasn't a big gap like there is on the stock Yamaha. It felt like third gear was closer. They didn't confirm this, but from what I felt on the track, I could shift early and it would oblige that. I could leave it in second and it would do that as well. Obviously, you guys know how Barcia rides. He revs his bike. But for me, I think the way this engine character is on the factory Yamaha is more tailor-made for Broc Tickle, where he rides it in the lower RPM range. I'm similar in that way. I feel like I'm splitting Tickle and Barcia. I'm in the middle there, and I rev at times. I'm 43 years old. I'm lazy. I want to leave it in second gear. And this engine is so easy to ride. I complain sometimes that the bike is too fast on the YZ450F. I feel like they have some kind of flywheel weight or something that just makes it hook up and drive forward. So coming into the corner, that lean angle feeling is much better on the factory Yamaha. You guys out there complain, oh, the Yamaha feels heavy. It's, it doesn't turn well. This bike turns extremely well. Stable into the corner. I can lean in and it sticks. If you guys caught some of this today on video, you'll see me, I stand up a lot through the corner and the initial lean is easy, but area 2, that mid corner, it holds its lean. My bike holds its lean until it tries to stand up at the end, area 3. So you could just open up the track more with this factory Yamaha, and it was a pleasure for me to ride this thing. Suspension, yeah, a little bit too stiff for me. We had to back it off a few clicks. But overall, once we did that, lean angle comfort, straight line bump absorption was better. I could over jump things, again, opens the track up. There's a blend of performance and comfort that these engineers and these test riders, Ryan Villopoto, have to dance with, right? So when you gain performance, you're gonna lose some comfort. With the KYB, what they've done with this spring fork and the shock, it kind of blends both of those together where these riders can push the envelope and push the limits. It's hard for me to listen to all these naysayers out there or maybe the bad comments about this bike because, man, I feel like there's a lot of positives with this Monster Energy YZ450F. If it was me, and it's not going to happen, I would love to have this bike. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was to ride this thing last night because I ride a Yamaha on my own time a lot, but to get to ride a factory motorcycle, man, it doesn't come along that often, and I soaked up every minute of the day, and it was a eye-opening experience because I didn't expect it to be as good as it was by the end of the day. Again, first part of the day, I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit better. You know, it's a polished YZ450F. But now I have race spec tires, I have factory suspension, I have an engine that's controllable, and the engineers at Yamaha, as well as Ryan Villopoto, I'm going to give him credit, even though he gives me trash a lot. He did a great job of getting a bike that's balanced. One thing that I'll tell you guys something that stands out for me in the chassis. If you guys roll corner, you have these ruts, right? East Coast guys, you guys can relate to this. You have a nice deep rut that you can roll, but then during the middle of the day, there'll be these pockets, these holes where other people will get on the gas a little sooner or later. So now you have these pockets and holes around your nice rut. Well, when you get in here and you get a YZ450F or you have stock suspension, cornering stability isn't that great because it's always moving underneath you. With this factory Yamaha, it feels like you have a fresh rut most of the day. Here at Paris Raceway, the dirt is really hard and those holes are just super hard. I could come in, that bike stayed flat, it didn't move, it helped my cornering. My son was out here watching me. He's like, yeah, you look really good on it. So I feel confident, and I feel that's what these guys get when they get on factory machinery. You have all this help, you have all these resources, and I think factory Yamaha did a great job with this motorcycle. It's been a long time coming, guys. I've been wanting to ride this bike for all year. There's been some snafus, but it was an enjoyable experience. I wish all you guys at home could ride a factory bike just so you guys know what it's like compared to your stock bike. You can go to pulpmx.com. We did a different style video. You can go look over there, me and Steve Mathis, as well as Ryan Villopoto. But overall, great day today. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, thank you to the Monster Energy Factory Yamaha team, Ryan Villopoto, and of course, Mike Ulrich for helping this along. It's been a long time coming, so we'll see you on the next one.